Drive Point Conversations, and I'm your host, Christina Lowe. Today I'm sitting down with Chelsea Ellis-Hogan, CEO and majority owner of Jim Reynolds Asphalt Contractor, a company that's been operating for more than 4 decades. Chelsea, I'm really glad you're here.
Yes, I'm excited to be here as well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, so you are currently the CEO of Jim Reynolds Asphalt. But before that, I like to get started, because this is a family business, correct?
Yep.
What was it like growing up, and did you think that you were going to get into the business as a kid?
Yes, so growing up, I grew up around entrepreneurs from my mother, my father, my great uncle as well. And it always was interesting to me for sure, because one thing, they were always problem solvers. I could see that in the work that they did. As well as I could tell that they worked. They did a lot of work, but they also enjoyed life too. So they were able to be there in the really important moments. That really drew my attention, and I think it made me know that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what industry exactly, but definitely was interested in learning how to be my own business owner for sure.
Mm-hmm. And did you have a perception about owning or about the business early on, and how did that change?
Yeah, so early on, like I mentioned, I think I seen business as something good, but I can't say I seen that I wanted to really be in the construction industry. It really wasn't until I would say my senior year in high school. That's when my father and my great uncle really started working together, and they both kind of presented the opportunity to me of, hey, what do you think about using this business that we've built as your kind of example of entrepreneurship and a way to grow? And it just made sense too, because a lot of like online universities and a lot of just different online marketing type of events started taking place where you could really learn information. YouTube became a really big thing to where you could learn hands-on. I see it as a really good opportunity for me to do something more hands-on and different, really getting into the business.
So that was pretty early on that it got introduced to you as an opportunity for you. So you really didn't have a chance to look at other areas or other career choices?
Yeah, so I had the chance, but I think it made sense though, because I had the examples already within an industry that was successful, and knowing where my strengths really lied, which was things like creating systems. I was really good at technology, writing, and also customer service. So just being able to tie all those things together and realize all you have to do is put it into an industry. It really made sense for me.
So it was more about the processes and taking the best practices, and it didn't really matter what industry. It depended on if it was best practice process.
Yep, for sure. And then it was a bonus too, because my great uncle, he was really loved within the industry and with his customers. So having a business where you could see people really enjoyed working with you, it definitely made the difference. It made work seem fun, you know, because you really had people you're able to talk to, have conversations with, and we do repeat business. So being able to do business with someone every 2 to 3 years that you really enjoy working with really is a great experience as well.
What was it like? You know, you mentioned your great uncle, you mentioned your dad, and you're coming in as a female. What was it like stepping into what I'll call the man's world?
So that definitely was different. It was a challenge as well, because they have their ways and, the things that they're used to doing. So now having a woman here definitely is different. And then I think we work different. It was just figuring out how can we find that balance to where you're able to bring in all the information that you have from your years of experience, while I can also bring into, the industry something different that can bring value as well. We all kind of had to find our balance within it, and it's a challenge, but we try to have fun with it though.
Yeah,
and that makes it.
So it's not just man's world versus woman's world, but it's also they've been doing something for a while, and you're stepping in with new ideas to introduce.
Yep, for sure. Some things you don't want to change, while other things you can tell, hey, it would be a benefit to change within the business. That definitely has its challenges, but once you see how the new things really help and grow the business, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
At the end.
Any advice to other women that are stepping into an industry that's not typically women led?
I always say find a mentor, find someone that you can talk to and really share, the things you want to grow in or the challenges that you have. I'm really big on going to different educational conferences, just really learning about the industry, learning about other people who are dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with, so I can talk to them and really share ideas. And just other than that, always just be willing to learn, be yourself, and grow, and add your own value to it.
Yeah. Well, you not only work in the business, but you made a decision to buy into it. What led up to that decision?
So really I started learning about succession planning. After we grew, we ended up growing a strong leadership team of a crew who really wanted to step up and wanted to stay with us long term. So once that became a thing, it was like, okay, we have to kind of create more positions for, the owners to grow into. And when learning how to succession plan, that really made me want to get involved in ownership and really making the structure something that can stay within the family past third generation. So that really became a focus for me.
So have you worked in different areas and different departments of the business?
Yes, for sure. So I started out in the sales with the customers and estimations. I've worked within the field of the business of actually operating equipment. And helping clean parking lots. I've also operated in leadership to where I've also handled the commercial contracts, the marketing, the branding. So I've definitely had my hand in a little bit of everything, and I really enjoy it. Love doing different things, solving problems, and being in construction definitely does that because it's a seasonal business. So then you have to worry about the different seasons, whether it be rain or snow, and you have a lot of people that you work with. So it's really a learning, a business you can really learn in.
And how would you describe your approach to developing leaders or developing like the marketing team as you went in there and did that?
So I wanted to do a really different approach since we are in construction. So I did a lot of, and I still do a lot of leadership quarterly meetings where we just sit down, discuss ways that we can grow. I do yearly retreats to where we do things like might have a mental health therapist come and talk to the guys, or we might do yoga or do some type of artistic expression to where they're learning different ways to express themselves. So I tried to switch it up a little bit, and I found that they really like that.
Interesting.
So it's like a lot of different things that I might be learning. I try to introduce that to them too, and they really like that. And then we also go to a lot of expos and conferences together, and just learn from other people in the industry.
So it sounds like culture is a big part of the business and your approach. What do you attribute making sure that there's a strong culture?
Definitely. I think I learned that from, I would say my mother as a business owner. She's a hairstylist, so she's a big people person. And as a stylist, I always say they're kind of like your therapist, your friend kind of that you speak to. So I learned a lot of leadership from her, as well as my father and my great uncle as well. They're all people who are leaders who put others first. They're servant leaders. So I learned that a lot from them and realized that truly works when people can see when you care about them, and it really makes them want to work harder for the overall team. So that's worked well for us.
And any funny stories about bringing yoga into this group?
Yeah, definitely. I know one funny story. We were doing some type of artistic expression to where the lady was kind of giving us different ways that you can kind of calm yourself down. One was like you can put your hands underneath your armpit and just kind of relax. And we were just in there all the guys were like, I think I'm about to fall asleep. Like I'm gonna do this after a hard day or something. So it was just funny hearing them really laugh and enjoy themselves of learning something different. And even with like technology, we've had one of our employees has worked with us for over 30, 40 years and never has had a cell phone. But he started seeing how we were implementing things where you could use technology to be able to clock into work or to be able to kind of see the schedule of what to be able to do for the day. And after that, it motivated him. He came in. He's like, I have a phone. I need y'all to help me set it up. But, I want to be a part of everything that's going on and, the changes that are happening. So it's been good to see how, really building a team leads to some great things and great relationships that you can see grow.
And for a company that's been around for decades and introducing this change, do you have a certain approach to introduce change, and what's that been like?
Yes, so really communication has to be a very big thing in introducing change, of just really explaining the reason why, how you think it may help, be open to listening to questions and the challenges that they see, and adapt in that way. Like recently we started using the AI technology for our cell phones, and they had questions. They're like, I think customers are going to want to really, speak to a person, want to have that personal experience. And I'm like, yeah, definitely understand that, but we also have to kind of test some things out too. So it's good to get that input, but also be willing, knowing that they're willing to grow as well at the same time.
So it sounds like they have trust in you and will test out a few things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they have the trust that everything's for the reason of growing, of trying to get better and using systems that can help us, focus on the things that we're truly good at as well.
What's been like for you to come in from such a young age and test out different departments and then where you are now leading the company?
Yeah, so it's been a lot of change. It took a lot of growth. I think after being in business now and within the same industry, I've gained a lot of confidence within the work that I do. So I always say, stick with something. If you enjoy it, if you don't mind, if it's something that you can see yourself doing every day, you stick with it, and you'll eventually be able to become the expert within that industry. And that's a beautiful place to be, to where you can truly do something that you enjoy and then help other people learn how to do it as well and grow within the same industry. So I'm enjoying that part of it.
And is there a time that you took what might have been considered a risky business decision, and did it pay off?
Definitely. I would say so. One was starting the process of the succession planning and purchasing the business. So that was a big change. And then things like, I would also say, just certain technology that we've implemented that's been different, and wondering, okay, will the customers and will the crew adapt? But seeing it, work for the long term, that's been good. And then we've also experienced going after a lot of like business grants, or business communities that have helped us grow. And I can say taking those chances and applying for those things have really helped us out a lot too.
And what is your philosophy on hiring people? Do you have something that you're looking for, skills versus culture fit?
Definitely skills and values, I would say. I would say we all within our company have the same values as people of we want to support our family. We want to, work with people that we enjoy. We want to do honest work. And we all relate at those core values. And that truly helps us be able to grow, realize what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and work that out, type of thing. So that's really been a strong point for us.
And where do you spend most of your time today in the company?
Now I do a lot within the commercial sales of the business. I do a lot with the marketing and branding, and really getting our business out there to people in the community. Then I also do a lot within the, I would say, administrative side of just keeping systems growing and together and organized is a really big part of my job.
And you talked about conferences. It sounds like you are heavily invested in your own development. And I want to ask you about that, as well as you wrote a book.
Yep, for sure.
How did that start or become?
Yes, so when I started within entrepreneurship and really learning business, I was blogging every single day, just trying to write down and put out there things that I was learning. And after blogging for at least, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 years, I would realize like, okay, I have some content here. And I ended up studying from a lady. Her name was Mike. One of the people, their name was Mike Connage, and it was Pam Greer. And they wrote a online training course that taught how to publish a book and hit Amazon bestseller. So I went through that course and really took those steps, ended up hitting Amazon bestseller with a book called Fail to Success, which is a motivational book. Thank you. And after doing that, then I really got into public speaking as well, and just trying to share the things that I was learning, and knowing that I was different from people within the industry. So I was young, I'm a woman, and not really someone who possibly would have been in construction. So given that point of view really, I think helped people within the industry feel like that they could relate and kind of find their place and where they belong within their company or within the industry, if there's something different or something new to it.
Do you have any advice for someone who wants to write their own book, or how to get started with that?
Definitely. I say just do it. It's something I would recommend for everyone, to be able to speak about something that you're really good at or passionate about, and just making something and just putting it out there really would be my advice. Finding a mentor to teach you really how to put it out there and get it to people, with the marketing and branding side of it. But I definitely recommend it.
It sounds like the process of going through writing the book is also a growth and learning process for individuals as well.
Yeah, you definitely learn a lot through the process, because you're trying to solve a problem in whatever type of book you're writing. You're stating that, hey, these are some examples from my personal life or from someone else that I know of challenges that we may have faced, and here's the things that we found that's helped us through these problems. A lot of times is what a book may discuss, and it's really it makes you stop, think, and really learn from your experiences as well. So it's awesome.
You mentioned you had a mentor. What was that like, and how did you find a mentor to help guide you?
Yes, a lot of times my mentors kind of found me, whether it been at networking events or whether it's just at different places that I go for learning and education. It's just people that we share our stories and we connect, and they have that space of knowing that you should always help someone, grow and become better within their profession. And a lot of entrepreneurs they enjoy what they do. So they want to, share that information. So I found a lot of people who have had that spirit and who have helped me throughout my career. And it makes me want to help others as well. So it's really good experience.
Any specific networking events that you would recommend to people?
I always recommend, me being in family business. I'm a part of a family business center to where they have kind of different advisor groups to where you all are talking about business, but business problems, but in a way that it relates to really being in a family business. So that's been really helpful and really great for networking. I'm a part of the Rotary Club, so they do a lot of volunteering within the community and giving back. So that's been a really great experience as well. And then also there's a group here called Canopy, and their slogan is doing good business. That's been a really great, I would say, membership to be a part of, because they're focused on people who want to make sure that they're doing good business and doing things right. It always feels great to be a part of a community like that.
Yeah. And how do you think that helps you develop your leadership being involved in other organizations?
I think it gives you a sense of pride and accountability, to be able to have other people who can give you advice, who can tell you ways that you can be better or be a part of the things with the community. So it really keeps you learning, growing, and willing to do more and, be better every single day. So it's a good environment.
And I'm sure bounce ideas off other people, so you're not just kind of stuck in your head with your own ideas. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Knowing that someone else relates and really getting their example of truly steps that they've went through. It worked for them, so why not for you?
Yeah. So whether it's succession planning or outsourcing, what are other family-owned businesses doing to continue to grow and be successful?
They're really just putting a plan in place and writing it down and sharing it early. A lot of times as I've been studying and talking to other businesses that are succession planning, you really want to be 10 years ahead of the game of teaching and putting things in place. I think that's one thing that a lot of family businesses are focusing on, that it's more of a mindset thing that you want to get organized, as well as the paperwork and systems. So the more that you have that in place, the better.
Yeah, because if you don't have a kid that's ready to take over the business, then what's the plan after that?
Yep, you got to be ready for every scenario.
Yeah,
that anything could happen. You want to have that on paper of options that they know that they can do.
Yeah. And what about growth plans for this year for the business? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we've really been growing with, we actually do festival cleanup. So we do a lot of cleanup for the waterfront. We do Thunder Over Louisville with Kentucky Derby Festival. So Louisville has been really growing with a lot of festivals. So we really want to get more involved with that, as well as we've just been growing in our commercial department with the asphalt maintenance. We have a lot of businesses growing here locally as well. So that's been a really good thing we're excited about.
Nice. All right, I have a quick round called Lightning Round. Quick questions. No overthinking it. Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Hard hat or heels?
Hard hat.
Okay. Big vision planning or daily operations for you?
Oh, that's a hard one. Big vision. Yeah, I would say big vision. Yeah, thinking.
Favorite leadership book?
Favorite leadership book? I love a lot of John Maxwell books. I couldn't go wrong with any of his leadership books.
I'm surprised you didn't say Fail to Success.
Yeah, true. Yep. That one as well.
What do you do to reset or unwind?
I love yoga. I love walking. I love walking different trails as well.
One habit that keeps you grounded?
I would say writing.
Okay.
I like to write and just really reflect and, meditate on different things that I learn every day.
And have you been able to bring that also into the organization?
Yeah, a little bit. I definitely recommend to them to write, to set goals. So, yeah, for sure.
And now carrying the title of CEO and majority owner, how has your definition of success evolved since when you first started in the company?
I definitely think success to me is truly living a life that you enjoy, and being able to help other people while you're doing it. So I think that thought of success has truly grown for me.
And what do you think your great uncle would say about the company today?
I definitely think he would be proud. Yep, he had a really big personality. So I think he would be laughing, joking with everybody, and proud that we're still doing everything and keeping the legacy alive.
What advice would you give other people who are thinking about joining a family-owned business?
I would say it's fun. That you may face a lot of challenges, but it's great working with people to where you can really grow with each other, and build strong bonds. So I definitely think it's worth it for people who love the family feel of things and like knowing what they're a part of from all the ins and outs.
What advice would you give yourself looking back before you got started into the business?
I would say just be patient in the process. I feel like As long as you do something that you enjoy and do it at the best of your abilities, it all works out. And as long as you set goals and, really work towards something, I think it all figures itself out. You figure out what the next step is every single time. So just being patient in that process. I know one big thing in the industry that I'm seeing is that it's a lot of space for growth. So a lot of people can, get into it and really advance far and learn a lot of skills that can truly help them throughout their life to have a career that can last for many years. So I think that's a big thing that a lot of people should know and be aware of, that the trades community and construction truly is an industry that has a lot of room for growth. And I think that's a great thing.
A lot of opportunities for more companies to come in and past high school, there's other options other than college.
Yep, for sure. Yep. Then being an engineer or a mechanic or, like I said, owning your own business, welding, things like that. There's a lot of room to find something that you enjoy and become really, really great at it as well.
And do you offer apprenticeships for people who want to get into the trade business?
Yes, we do. We're really big on having people start, new in the construction industry and being able to learn hands-on. And there's even a lot of resources in trade schools here that give us grants towards being able to educate those that work with us. So it's a lot of opportunity for growth, for sure.
Is there a specific trade school that you would recommend or that you typically work with?
I would say JCTC. A lot of your community colleges here offer a lot of good trade certificates and abilities of being able to pick a profession in the trades that you can really learn and grow with. And they even teach things like leadership and technology and how to make that work within the industry as well.
And it sounds like you not only bring people in and help guide and teach them, but it's ongoing training and development, going to conferences and leadership training as well.
Yep, definitely. It's important for us. We always say to continually grow and learn how to be better and keep up with the times of what's truly helping and what may not work anymore. So it's definitely important for us to learn.
And if somebody wants to get a hold of you and your company, where would they find you?
Yes, we have a website, JimReynoldsAsphalt.com. We're on all social media sites. Yeah, we love to post content as well. So we're always posting the work that we do, or if we're at a conference, we're always sharing that information.
All right, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us at TriPoint Conversations.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to TriPoint Conversations. Make sure you hit subscribe wherever you're listening so you never miss an episode. If this conversation resonated with you, share it with a friend or someone who's navigating their own next chapter. And if you know a story that deserves to be heard, or maybe that story is yours, head to TriPointStrategicGroup.com and send me a note. I can't wait to keep this journey going with you and introduce you to more incredible people who are shaping their communities one story at a time.